All right, this time in the Quick Speed Shop, check it out. Windshield wipers, Studebaker truck. I'm also doing some other things. I'm leaving for my trip to go to Cleveland immediately, and this thing needs to be done. It ain't painted yet. I got to work on that too. Not this video, but the next video. I'm in a mad dash to get this thing done. I got like 4 days left. And then by the time you're watching this, it'll be in Cleveland. Hopefully it'll be in Cleveland. Fingers crossed. But we got to do some trailer hitch stuff and put a wiper in it and see how it works out. So here we go. Let's start wiping. So on what I'm doing here now, on the welding table, I'm fabbing up a bumper hitch support jobber. Let's go look. So I just want to, because I'm towing a long way, towing my dragster on the trailer of this thing, I wanted to look at my bumper, and I noticed that my old antique trailer hitch ball I used here was only a 3,500 pound ball, and it uses a bolt that goes up through it, which is kind of pretty much old school technology. So this bumper is pretty heavy. It's like 1/4 inch plate, and it's bolted on the back side and welded on the back side. So I'm not worried about this plate not being strong. I have really thick bumper gussets. They're at least 1/4, maybe like 5/16 here, but they're not fully welded. They're just welded like partially back here. So I'm like, what if this? I mean, but it's also got braces welded on here. So I'm gonna guess it would most likely be okay. But I was like, just better safe than sorry. Like, for whatever reason, if all the welds broke at once, which I don't think they could ever do it, my safety chains and my ball are all hooked to the bumper, and the whole bumper could, come off the truck and then lose the trailer. I don't think it would ever happen, but to be triple safe, I'm making the L bracket on the table is going to bolt through the frame here and come down and bolt under the bumper through the hitch ball. So we'll have a direct attachment from the frame to the hitch ball. Here, one extra thing. And I'm also going to take this ball, once I put it back in a hole, I ground some paint off. I'm just going to put a weld around the bottom edge of this ball just to give it a little more strength. I mean, it's got this big bolt up through the center of it. It's a 3/4 inch bolt, which is probably plenty strong. And it says 3,500 pounds on the hitch, which my trailer and my dragster don't weigh 3,500 pounds. But to be better safe than sorry, I'm going to bolt that through my new bracket and then weld it to the bumper as well. So everything will be extra super tied in. So that's what I'm working on here for the last little bit. I just pulled you guys in here now. You're live on the scene right now. So this will go into the bumper. The hitch will bolt right through the big hole here, the 3/4 hole. And here's the 1/2 inch hole to bolt. I'm going to use a grade 8 1/2 inch bolt with a backer plate to bolt through the center of the cross member of the frame. With this, I think I'm going to be double sure. I'm going to have my mounts on both sides of the bumper itself, and this L bracket to the frame through the ball, so everything will be interconnected. So now I know for a fact it ain't going to go nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. So I'm just going to tack this up real fast, and then we'll stick it on the back and try it out, and weld her up, paint it, and then we'll move on to something else here for the night. All right, there we go. Just tacked her up real fast. Let's go and try it on the truck. It should work good. And then I will burn that sucker all together. All right, let's see if this will work. Don't touch it where you just welded it. It's hot. Let's see, I got that bolt's gonna go there, and uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Will it work? Looks like it's not centered on a truck, but it's got to be. What we got there? 15 and 7/8. Oh, 15 and 3/4. So if anything, it's got to go more that way. How can that be? How in the world can that be? Is this bumper not centered? 17 and a half. 17 and a quarter. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't build the bumper straight. Well, how did that happen? How embarrassing. Yeah, because that's gotta go way over here to line up. Yeah, that's about a 1/4 inch. Shoot! Huh. Well, that ain't good. How the heck did that happen? I fabbed my bumper incorrectly, or I drilled my hole incorrectly, one of the two, when I built the bumper. That's what you get with custom fabrication. If you don't pay attention, somehow I got that off center. Son of a gun. So, other than that, actually I should, I'll weld her up real fast, and I'll re-drill the hole, and then I'll paint it black, and we'll hit the track. That's embarrassing. I don't know how that happened, but it did. All right, it's the next day. I'm back at it here, and oh, where is it? I got the wiper motor out here, and I've been thinking, here, let me set you guys on the chair. Here, check this out. So in the last video, I think I talked about putting wipers on this, electric wipers on this, and I bought these United Pacific wiper motors from, I said Speedway, but it's actually from Summit, but they sell them both places, Summit and Speedway. Anyways, you get a little electric motor. It's got 3 terminals here. It's got a positive, negative, and then it's got a switched terminal, which is just switches to ground. And these motors have a parking feature on them. And I can show you on the battery right here. If we go hook up the positive, I'm positive we can do this. Get it? Haha. Hook up the positive, and then I touch the negative here, hold that with my finger. And then I hit the negative. This would be the switch. Turns the motor on. Then when you take the switch off, the wipers park. You see that? So here they are wiping. And then they park. So originally the wipers went in the cowl here, and they had a escutcheon that stuck through at an angle. I actually drilled this one out bigger because I had some kind of bougie electric wiper motor jammed in there. The hole should be smaller like that side. But due to my firewall cutback I have, and I put in a GM rear seat heater out of a Suburban under the cowl on this side, so I've got a heater. It's tucked up under the dash. It's a little tight in the cowl, and I didn't know how I was going to make this work. Let's dig the other motor out here real fast. So as you can see, this thing's pretty big, and it would have to come up under the dash like this, and then I have to weld some kind of, tube in here and grind it to mount this through here and get the right angle to reach the windshield at the correct angle. But then it really puts the motor, there's not a lot of room behind this dashboard, and it hangs the motor down quite a ways into the way. I hate drilling holes in virgin sheet metal, but up here in the cowl, or above the windshield, you see these 2 holes here? I don't know why they're there, but I got looking. What if I stick the motor through that hole like so, and it'll clear my sun visor, which is just cobbled in here out of a modern car, but it would drill through the roof, and this would mount this electric motor right up here, and then on the other side would mount the other one for the other wiper here. And the wiper motor would come out right about here out of the top of the roof. And then, switch hands here. Then the wiper arm would bolt on there, and it would swing down and wipe the windshield like so. These arms are adjustable here. This arm goes in and out here. I can shorten it up, but essentially park the wipers up here on the roof, and then swing down and swipe, and then return to park back up here. They'd be out of the vision. Down here, they could do the same thing. Like I said, though, there's a problem with the room under the dash. They could be here and they would swipe up like this on the windshield and then park over here like that. The problem is, they got to swipe away from each other. But I think by switching one motor upside down, I can get it to do that. But I think I'm liking this up here. It'd be the easiest for me. And I really wouldn't be too concerned about it because around town, I just run this thing with a Rain-X on it. I don't even bother windshield wipers. And if it's going to rain, like if I'm driving, I drive this a lot to work and stuff. If it's going to rain, I won't drive it to work. I'll drive my van or something that's got windshield wipers at work. So around town, for me, wipers aren't even an issue. If you get caught in a rainstorm, that's what Rain-X is for. So it's never been an issue not to have functional wipers on this for me. But this Cleveland trip to the Piston Powered show in 4 days, the weather next week is terrible. Starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rain every day. Wednesday, the day we're going, half an inch of rain, which half an inch during the day, it's probably going to rain pretty decent. We're going to be on the highway. I really want to have windshield wipers on the highway, especially it's like 30s or 40s, like you could have a chance of snowflakes and stuff. Rain-X ain't going to work in snowflakes, as far as I know. And I would really like to have functional windshield wipers for this trip to do that. Like if I didn't have to go on that day in the rain, I wouldn't go on that day in the rain, but that's the setup day, so we're forced to go in the rain, and it looks like it's going to rain all day. So I think I'm committed to drilling a hole in the roof here and a hole in the roof here. And it's just sheet metal. If I change my mind later, the truck's not getting painted right away or anything, I can just weld the hole up and, do something else. But for now, I think that's my best workaround. I can bring the wiring right up, get to them. I can hook up the switch on the dash to turn them on and off. I think that's what I want to do. So you can see the sheet metal there. You can see the hole. I think I just got to figure out some way to drill it the same. I want them to match, and this is going to be really hard to angle. How am I going to... I know. I'll measure over on the windshield. Here you see, from the center of the windshield, I'll measure over. Then I'll measure up and measure over and up and drill the hole in the same location on both sides. That's all I'll do to make sure it's symmetrical. But I wish it wasn't so dark in here for you guys, but no. So I think that's what we'll do, and then the motors will mount boom like this, and they'll both be sticking out above the rearview mirror. They're chrome plated and stuff. It's a little gaudy, but these are meant to be exposed like on roadsters and things like that. And like I said, if I don't like it, I can always change it later, weld up the holes and do it again. But for now, I think it would be beneficial. Like I said, it's going to rain. Be beneficial. Maybe it goes like this. I can't remember, but actually it'd be nicer if I went like that. Get these motors installed. At least get a wiper functional on the driver's side. I'll put the passenger side in too and try to get that functional, but I at least want to have a wiper on the driver's side of the windshield. Oh, hi. There you are. Hi. Okay, watch this. A little Windex. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, actually, watch the park feature. Ready? Shut it off. Parks. Now, you might be saying, hey, wait a minute. Why is it down here and not up there? Well, I held the arm up here to the roof, and it would have been way up here when it came through, and the arm angle would have been all wrong. It wouldn't have reached half the windshield. So I ended up drilling a new 3/8 hole in the cowl on the flat of the cowl here, and I was able to just fit the motor in behind the dash and get it mounted up with the. I took the existing power wiper or wiper power wire that had been used with the other one I had in there, and I hooked it up to the motor, and then I ran a new ground, and then I grounded the switch, so we got our park feature here, and it works great now. It's loud, you can hear it running there, but it's mounted in here good. It swipes most of the windshield on my side, the vision side, very good. It gets a lot of the windshield, so it's gonna work out good for inclement weather on this side. Now I ran into a problem, and I tried to fix it. Where is the other motor? Oh, actually, this is the original motor here. These motors only spin one way, and I tried reversing the wires to see if I could get to turn the other way. It only goes one way. So they expect you to put both the wipers like modern style, where they go like this. If you use two of the motors, because they send you the identical motor for the second one. So I tried flipping it upside down and everything. It's going to swing the wrong way no matter what you do. So now I've got a quandary. You know, I can't, the way the windshield is formed, if I go drill another hole over here, it's not really going to work to stagger it, so they both sweep this way. And I don't know what to do about it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to put one wiper on for now for the trip to Cleveland. Driver's side, that'll let me clear the driver's side of the windshield. For driving, you know, heavy rain or whatever, but at least I'll have a wiper on the driver's side. I'll still put Rain-X on the entire windshield and clean, you know, so moisture will blow off. It'll do what it's going to do on the passenger side, but at least I'll have a wiper on the driver's side. And that's how I had this truck set up before. I had a rear wiper motor out of an AMC Eagle kind of wadded into here, loosely hanging in there, and I had butchered together some kind of bullcrap arm to make it work, but it cleaned the driver's side, and you know, I would use it when the Rain-X wasn't good enough. I would use it on the driver's side. This one fits a lot better. It's a lot cleaner install, and the blade fits the windshield a lot better. So this is going to work out good. So for now, I'm just going to go with the one wiper. I'm going to get out the welder tomorrow morning because it's late right now, and I'm going to weld up the original holes in the cowl. Is that a good idea? Or maybe I should try to put rubber plugs in them. Do I have rubber plugs? I don't think so. Well, I'm going to have to just weld them up for now because, or I could tape them up, I guess, but I want to paint the truck tomorrow, so I'll weld them up there, and then I'll figure out something to do. They sell like manual windshield wipers like these, except with a manual arm, and then you can make it go either way. I might put a manual windshield wiper in the same location on the other side, and then, you know, if I had a passenger, the arm would stick. Well, where would the arm stick through? That's not going to work because he can't get to the arm. Anyways, I'll figure out something to do. Maybe I can get a different motor that swings the other way, so the wipers both go like this on the windshield. But for now, I'm feeling a lot better having an actual windshield wiper on the driver's side, like I said, for the trip, because it is going to be inclement weather when we're pulling out there. So one wiper is better than nothing. Going back here to the back, I got the piece done for reinforcing the hitch ball. Welded the hitch on there. I've just fogged some flat black on it just because I don't have any of this gray. But you can see the bracket bolts onto the frame there, and then it comes down and makes an L. Added just a little bit of strength there, and now I know that the ball is tied into the bumper and tied into the frame very good in the center. So that's going to be good enough. I'm not worried about it at all now. It's never going to come apart. So we got that finished up, and pretty much all the fabricating that I wanted to do for the truck is pretty much done. But tomorrow and the next day, probably, I need to wipe this thing down with a lacquer thinner, clean it all up, scuff it real fast. The paint should stick to this real good because it's real faded out. The cab is actually already scuffed to Scotch-Brite. That's how I dulled it out originally. You can see See like the scratches in it, but I'll probably just scuff it again. I got to pull the door handles off, tape it all up. I'm not going to paint any of the box or anything, just the cab and the nose. Paint them all one color. And I got those turbo cans, so we'll do that and shoot the sucker black. And then it's hooking it to the trailer and going to Cleveland. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go in and edit some videos so I can get some in the can for my trip. So you'll see the painting video, and then I think I'm going to bring the Dodge back for one video. I'm going to do a cost breakdown of the Dodge, and it's going to blow your mind. Oh, actually, let's see, what's my order? I announced on Easter, that's right, on Easter Sunday, I announced the new build, the 72 step-side clone of my dad's 72 step-side pickup that he had back in the 80s. So I'm super excited about that. I can't wait to get started as soon as I get back from Cleveland. Probably a week or two after that, I'm going to go up to the house or up the road. We're going to fire the thing up, hopefully, and drive it down here. It's a 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree. And we will start cloning my dad's old 72 step-side in Hawaiian blue from 1983 to 87. Well, 1980 to 1987. He had it in 80, painted it, then lowered it, then louvered the hood, and put in a 350 and a 4-speed and stuff, and then sold it in 1987. And never saw it again. That's right, I'm going to recreate it. Another full-on truck build here. I didn't learn the lesson of the Dodge, but I did learn lessons. We're going to make this one a driver, not spending all the money, spend half the money. So that's it. I'm going to go in and edit some videos, and we'll see you next time. So thanks for watching. The Studebaker's coming together, and I can't wait to get on the road with the dragster and head to the Piston Powered show first week in April. Hopefully we'll see you guys there.